In this screencast, we're just going to look really quickly at something to kind of remind you again of working with your mask tools. So again, I have this image here. I'm going to just run quickly through and do another blur. So I'm going to convert for smart filters, and I'm going to filter, and I'm going to do a Gaussian blur. Now the idea here is that I want to blur up my image, but I want to kind of bring attention to maybe one of these crayons. And by blurring everything else and then keeping one part clear, I can help create a sense of emphasis. So this might work for some of your images or some things that you want to do. Now, obviously you can see I'm pretty blurred here. I'm going to Command plus and zoom in so you can see. And again, because I created the smart filter, which again is another reason why to use your smart filters, when you have that smart filter selected and you use your brush tool, and I have my black brush selected, I can go ahead and paint that area that I want to show up more. So basically what I'm doing here is I am hiding that blur. And I can go ahead and make the opacity lower so that when I paint with my brush, I'm painting more with the gray brush. We'll see how that one's a little bit more gray. And if you change your opacity a little bit, it's not going to make the change as harsh. Okay, so again, I can flip back with my white brush and paint that blur back in. Obviously turning my opacity back up so I can bring that blur all the way back. But remember, using your masks, you can be, again, more specific with how you want your editing to go. And because this is an opacity change with your brush, if you continue to paint over and over and over and over the gray, it will eventually become black because you're going over with an opacity of 54 and then an opacity of 54 again, and eventually you'll get to 100. So, you know, maybe I wanted to blur out. This is one of those special boxes where Darth Vader's on the cover, and maybe I don't want people to know that Darth Vader is there. I just don't want that, icon there to, have any part to do with what I'm trying to show here. I want to bring more attention to the fact that it's a box of crayons and not necessarily, the fact that it was a Darth Vader box of crayons. So again, this would blur out, this is blurring out the area outside of the crayons, and I'm being very specific on bringing back the detail in the crayons. So again, I can go all the way to the top of my history and you can see what it looked like here, and then I can go all the way to my last step, and you'll see that by using my smart filter with my blur, I can be a little bit more specific with my editing. So don't forget to change to convert for smart filters, and try using your black and white brush to be very specific with your editing.